Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo. We are reading Basics of Buddhism by Pat Allwright, and today we're on to the chapter called On Attaining Buddhahood, and it says here, Nichiren Daisoshin wrote this letter in 1255, just 2 years after he had declared Nam-myo-ho-renge-kyo to be the ultimate Buddhist teaching. It was written to someone who had just started to practice Nichiren Daisoshin's Buddhism and expresses the core of his teaching. It is printed in full here, and phrases from it are explained in the chapters which follow. So, this is from this is actually his letters too, but I recognize this already. But anyway, if you wish to free yourself from the suffering of birth and death you have endured through eternity and attained supreme enlightenment in this lifetime, you must awaken to the mystic truth which has always been within your life. This truth is Nam-myoho-renge-kyo. Chanting Nam-myo-ho-renge-kyo will therefore enable you to grasp the mystic truth within you. Nam-myoho-renge-kyo is the king of sutras, flawless in both letter and principle. Its words are the reality of life, and the reality of life is the mystic law, Nam-myo. It is called the mystic law because it explains the mutually inclusive relationship of life and all phenomena. This is why this sutra is the wisdom of all Buddhas. Life at each moment encompasses both body and spirit, and both self and environment of all sediments, beings in every condition of life, as well as incendent beings, plants, sky and earth, down to the most minute particles of dust. Life at each moment permeates the universe, and it is revealed in all phenomena. One awakened to this truth himself embodies this relationship. However, even though you chant and believe in Nam-myoho-renge-kyo, if you think the law is outside yourself, you are embracing not the mystic law, but the one inferior teaching. Inferior teachings means those other than this sutra, which are all provisional and transient. No provisional teaching leads directly to enlightenment, and without the direct path to enlightenment, you cannot attain Buddhahood, even if you practice lifetime after lifetime for countless eons. Attaining Buddhahood in this lifetime is then impossible. Therefore, when you chant the mystic law and recite the Lotus Sutra, you must summon up deep conviction that Nam-myoho-renge-kyo is your life itself. You must never seek any of Shakyamuni's teachings or the Buddhas and the Buddhahatras of the universe outside of yourself. Your mastery of the Buddhist teachings will not relieve you of mortal suffering in the least unless you perceive the nature of your own life. If you seek enlightenment outside yourself, any discipline or good deed will be meaningless. For example, a poor man cannot earn a penny just by counting his neighbor's wealth, even if he does so night and day. That is why Milo states, unless one perceives the nature of his life, he cannot eradicate his evil karma. He means here that unless one perceives the nature of his life, his practice will become an endless painful austerity. Milo therefore condemns such students of Buddhism as non-Buddhists. He refers to the passage in the Makasakan. Although they study Buddhism, their views revert to those of non-Buddhists. Whether you chant the Buddha's name, recite the sutra, or merely offer flowers and incense, all your virtuous acts will implant benefits and good fortune in your life. With this conviction, you should put your faith into practice. For example, the Jomyo Sutra says that Buddha's enlightenment is to be found in human life, thus showing that common mortals can attain Buddhahood and that the suffering of birth and death can be transformed into nirvana. It further states that if the minds of the people are impure, their land is also impure, but if their minds are pure, so is their land. There are not two lands, pure or impure in themselves. The difference lies solely in the good or evil of our minds. It is the same with a Buddha and a common mortal. While deluded, one is called a common mortal, but once enlightened, he is called a Buddha. Even a tarnished mirror will shine like a jewel if it is polished. A mind which presently is clouded by illusions originating from the innate darkness of life is like a tarnished mirror. But once it is polished, it will become clear, reflecting the enlightenment of immutable truth. Arouse deep faith and polish your mirror night and day. How should you polish it? Only by chanting Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo. What then does Myo signify? It is simply the mysterious nature of our lives from moment to moment, which the mind cannot comprehend nor words express. When you look into your own mind at any moment, you perceive neither color nor form nor verify that it exists, yet you still cannot say it does not exist, for many different thoughts continue to occur to you. Life is indeed an elusive reality that transcends both the words and concepts of existence and non-existence. It is neither existence nor non-existence, yet exhibits the quality of both. It is the mystic entity of the middle way that is the reality of all things. Myo is the name given to the mystic nature of the life, and Ho is its manifestations. Renge, the lotus flower, symbolizes the wonders of this law. Once you realize that your own life is the mystic law, you will realize that so are the lives of all others. That realization is the mystic Kaya or Sutra. It is the king of sutras, the direct path to enlightenment, for it explains that the entirety of our minds, from which spring both good and evil, is in fact the entity of the mystic law. If you have deep faith in this truth and chant Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo, you are certain to attain Buddhahood in this lifetime. That is why the sutra states, after my death, you must embrace this sutra. Those who do so shall travel the straight road to Buddhahood. Never doubt in the slightest, but keep your faith and attain enlightenment in this lifetime. Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo, Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo. Respectfully, Nichiren. Wow, that was deep. So tomorrow we'll talk about the 10 states of life. Until tomorrow, Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo.